Good morning, everybody. I'm going to take a quick minute today to talk to you about something that every time people find out I do it, they get excited. They're like, oh, I wish I knew how to do that, or my grandmother used to do it, but she never showed me how to. This is something that I learned through a couple of dear ladies, Cindy and Tenda, on my friends list. They're amazing. But they taught me actually how to use my pressure canner and actually can chicken. So every 2 weeks I go and I stock up on whatever chicken parts are on the best prices. Some weeks the whole chickens are on sale, and those are my favorites. But legs and thighs are generally 99 cents a pound or under. I've been getting them at ShopRite pretty cheap lately. So I'll buy probably around 15-20 pounds of chicken, and then I'll sit there and can it. Now, my chicken goes very far in my house. We do can them, and today is canning day, so they're in pint jars. These are the best size. Basically feed a family of 4. You can add them to stir fries. I wrap them in foil with garlic and bake them. 101 things that you can do. Typically, I get about 9 pints. Now, I also do other meats, but today we're talking about chicken. So I buy the chicken, I boil it down. You can throw it all in a large stock pot with some water, let it boil down, and then pull the meat off. You could do it in the crock pot a couple trips. I've done that as well. I have no preference. It's whatever I'm in the mood for that day. But what you find is there's a lot of waste. Once you get the ideal meat, which mostly my family eats the white meat, I had a lot of leftovers. But thankfully, I also have a Mastiff puppy who needs plenty of protein while she is growing. As well, it's healthy for my other dog. So, from about, let's say, 9 pints of chicken that I prefer, at the same time I get this. These are all the skins and other bits that are nothing that my family's going to eat because they're kind of picky. This stuff will get broken down and made into dog food. Today I'll be canning this separately and just labeling it as a starter mix for when I'm ready. That water that you have the chicken in, you don't want to dump that down the drain. That's stock. So what I do is I'll use that to actually, instead of putting water on top of my chicken, I do use that with a little salt. I'm not going to go through, this isn't a pressure canning video. If you know how to do it, that's great. If you don't know how to do it, there's lots of resources on that, or we can talk privately. The other byproduct of this is, like I said, the stock. You have the bits here that can be transferred to dog and cat food. And we have the bones. Now, I collect quite a few bones here. You can see they're pretty well picked clean of anything that I'm going to want to eat. They'll get boiled down and made into bone broth, which I can use. Since it's so loaded with calcium, it's actually ideal for my Mastiff as she's growing. She needs a lot of calcium for my kids when I make chicken noodle soup for them. I know right where it's coming from. I can control the amount of salt. For those of you that like Campbell's soup, I apologize for the following statement, but that is sodium in a can. I personally do not enjoy that. I like to actually taste the flavor of chicken. So now we have 4 products. We have the bone broth, the regular cooking broth, we have the bits that we're going to break down for dog food or cat food, and we have ours. But there's still one more step that you can do. You take those bones and you bake them in the oven. I throw mine in at 425 and let them bake. Or if I'm baking something else, I'll throw them on the top rack. You can throw them in your fireplace as well. Once they're brittle, you break them down and you use them in your garden for added calcium. This is very easy. There is nothing wasted. There is nothing that is leaving your home after you've used this. You've paid, your hard-earned dollar for that entire chicken. Why would you throw any part of it away? Even if you have a small flower garden, break up the bones and just kind of sprinkle it over top of it. This is not hard. Let the kids go at a bag with a mallet and break them up. It's fun and crunchy. You're having a campfire, throw them in there and let them break down some more. Everything is useful. And while, we are very fortunate, my husband has a job he works very hard at. He's a great provider. I also know that the day can come, and it has come in the past, where suddenly those means are not available to us. So I try very hard not to waste a single dollar of his hard-earned cash. And that is my part of our that's my part of our partnership. I make it work. So folks, I hope you will try this. I hope you will think when you go out and make your grocery orders or go to the store and buy your groceries. Don't think for one meal. Think ahead. You know, people are like, somebody said to me, well, when I cook, I don't seem to have enough to can. Well, then think ahead. If you don't have enough to can, double, triple, quadruple what you're making. That way you do have enough. Be smart. Don't do half a canner full. You're wasting electricity and your time. Make sure that you have enough jars to fill that canner when you run it. I am new at this. I am not by any means an expert. I take things as simply as I can, and I wish you all a lot of luck at this. So take care and have a great day. Bye now.